John, right. So starting next week, Avelo Airlines will officially start using 3 of its aircrafts based in Arizona to support the federal government with their deportation efforts. Ahead of this move, protesters in Salem today weren't happy and want Avelo to either end their agreement or leave the state.
Yeah, I mean, it's shameful. It's blood money. It's a deal with the devil.
Protesters gathered at Salem City Hall Saturday protesting Avelo Airlines. The airline signed a long-term charter program agreement flying for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Immigration Control and Enforcement Agency, something some protesters say was done for the money.
Avelo's a company that's in financial trouble, and they took this ICE money, for profit over people.
In a statement, Avelo says they will open a base at Mesa Gateway Airport in Arizona, and flights will be both domestic and international to support the department's deportation efforts. Protesters calling on the city to take action.
Any city that's supporting Avelo Airlines by running commercial flights is also supporting the deportation flights out of Mesa, Arizona.
Avelo Airlines came to Salem Municipal Airport back in 2023, making them the first commercial airline service in the airport in over a decade. Initially, many were excited about it.
We were thrilled. I've used it many times. My wife has used it. Obviously, things changed. That was before they started this.
But since this recent agreement, protesters want the airline to either not participate in the deportation flights or leave the airport. However, some say it would not make a difference.
And they're not making policy. You're not even putting a stamp of approval on it, right? All they did, and they said in their press release, we're just looking for stable income. And that's pretty honest.
Brent DeHart with Fly Salem says the anger should not be directed to the airline, but Washington, D.C.
Let's say they put Avelo completely out of business. It won't change one deportation. This is where I think it's getting misdirected. Trump's going to deport. Oh, Trump's going to deport.
Avelo says they flew these charters under the Biden administration too, but protesters say this time is different.
Well, it's a misdirect. This administration refuses that due process. And so when Avelo says they used to deport with previous administrations, yeah, but it was totally different.
The president saying due process can take too long.
If you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials. We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers. And I was elected to get them the hell out of here, and the courts are holding me from doing it.
Now, I reached out to the city of Salem, and City Councilor Paul Teagan says he agrees they need to take a hard look at Avelo's contract with the city and shares the concerns of those who want no part in the Trump administration's efforts, but also notes the city is not in a position to subsidize any airline indefinitely. John?
We'll definitely see how this all plays out. All right, Celine, thank you so much for that reporting.